What if the most powerful aircraft in the sky doesn't even show up on radar? What if something could fly across the planet, drop a nuclear payload, and vanish before you even knew it was there? This isn't science fiction. This is the B-2 Spirit, a jet that broke every rule of aviation and forced the world to rethink how wars are fought. But how do you build something that's meant to be invisible? And why, after more than 30 years, has no one else come close to replicating it? The B-2 doesn't look like a fighter jet. It looks like a shadow, a smooth black triangle with no tail, no vertical fins, no fuselage bulges, just one continuous flying wing. And that's exactly the point. Every line, every surface, every internal component is designed not to be seen, not to be heard, and not to be touched by traditional detection systems. From the outside, it's elegant. From an engineering perspective, it's madness made real. At the core of the B-2's design is a shape that barely belongs in conventional aerospace. Flying wings have existed in theory since the early 20th century, but without modern computers, they were essentially uncontrollable. No tail means no natural stability. That was a death sentence for any aircraft. But the B-2 doesn't rely on old physics, relies on code. 4 separate flight computers make millions of adjustments every second to keep it balanced and level. The pilots are technically in control, but in reality, they're working alongside a digital co-pilot that does most of the heavy lifting. But stability is only part of the equation. The B-2 was designed to disappear, not just visually, but electronically. Traditional planes have corners, flat surfaces, and parts that reflect radar signals like a mirror. The B-2 has none of that. Its entire shape curves inward and downward, deflecting incoming radar waves in directions where they can't bounce back. And the few panels it does have, they're aligned at specific angles, designed with such precision that even screws and fasteners are countersunk to avoid reflections. Then comes the skin. This isn't just metal painted black. The B-2 is coated in layers of exotic materials, including radar-absorbent paint, composites, and magnetic shielding. These materials don't just scatter radar, they soak it up. It's like wrapping a jet in an electromagnetic sponge. Some estimates say its radar signature is no bigger than a pigeon. Others say it's closer to a bee. Either way, if it's coming for you, you won't know until it's too late. But radar isn't the only threat. Heat is a dead giveaway for most jets. Traditional fighters leave massive infrared trails thanks to their exposed engines and blazing hot exhaust. But the B-2 takes a different approach. Its engines are buried deep inside the wing structure. The intake ducts twist like a snake, preventing radar from reaching the spinning turbine blades inside. The exhaust, instead of blasting straight out the back, is cooled, flattened, and released over the top of the wing, where airflow disperses the heat before it becomes a beacon for heat-seeking missiles. Even satellites struggle to catch it with infrared imaging. And yet, all this invisibility wouldn't mean much if it didn't carry teeth. The B-2 can deliver both conventional and nuclear payloads. It carries up to 40,000 pounds of ordnance, from precision-guided smart bombs to deep earth penetrators designed to take out underground bunkers. With aerial refueling, it has a global reach, capable of flying from the United States to any location on Earth, delivering a strike and flying home without ever landing. In 1999, during the Kosovo conflict, B-2s flew directly from Missouri to Serbia and back, 44 hours, non-stop, hitting nearly all of their targets without ever being detected by enemy radar. So why don't we see more of them? Why aren't B-2s patrolling every major conflict zone in the world? The answer is cost. The B-2 might be the most expensive aircraft ever built. Originally, the US Air Force wanted 132 of them. But as the Cold War ended, funding was slashed. Only 21 were built. Each one cost over $2 billion, more than many small countries' entire military budgets. And that's just the sticker price. The upkeep is staggering. Oh, stealth coating is so sensitive that even moisture, dirt, or scratches can compromise its effectiveness. After every flight, it undergoes hours of maintenance. Technicians often spend more time polishing and patching the aircraft than it actually spends in the air. To protect their sensitive surfaces, B-2s are housed in specially climate-controlled hangars. These aren't just garages. They're precision-built environments where even temperature and humidity are managed down to the decimal point. That's the level of care it takes to keep something invisible. Then there's secrecy. For years, the very existence of the B-2 was veiled in layers of classified projects. Engineers working on different sections of the plane weren't even allowed to know what the full aircraft looked like. The radar profile, the software systems, even the materials used. Many of those details are still classified today. This is a machine born in secrecy, designed to deliver nuclear warheads undetected, and capable of executing strategic missions that could end conflicts before they even begin. So here's the real question. Has anyone caught up? The short answer is no, not really. Russia, China, and a few other nations are actively working on their own stealth bombers. But nothing flying today comes close to the B-2's operational track record. Even now, it's the only long-range bomber in the world that can infiltrate highly defended airspace and deliver strategic strikes with almost zero radar signature. There is a successor on the way, the B-21 Raider. It promises to be even stealthier, cheaper to maintain, and more flexible for the evolving battlefield. But until it fully takes over, the B-2 Spirit continues to fly missions, ready to vanish into the sky at a moment's notice. In the end, the B-2 isn't just an aircraft. It's a warning, a reminder that some of the most powerful tools ever created by humans are the ones you never see coming. In a world of drones, satellites, and hypersonic missiles, one of the most feared machines in existence is still a 30-year-old flying wing that was designed to be forgotten the moment it leaves the runway. Yet the story of the B-2 is more than just stealth and engineering. It's about the shifting nature of power in the modern age, where brute force once ruled. Now silence, precision, and invisibility dominate. The B-2 wasn't built to win dogfights. It was built to end wars before they begin, to fly into the heart of enemy territory without triggering alarms, to be the last thing no one ever saw. And it's also a symbol of ambition, of what happens when limits are erased and technology is allowed to leap beyond convention. It's a machine that reflects its era, born in secrecy, fueled by competition, and perfected through relentless innovation. The B-2 Spirit showed us that dominance doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, and that whisper can carry across the globe. The B-2 Spirit isn't just a triumph of design. It's a statement that sometimes the most powerful presence is one you can't even see. If machines can haunt the battlefield, this is the Ghost. And as long as it flies, the rules of modern warfare will never be the same. For more untold stories behind the world's most remarkable machines, make sure to subscribe to Rev to Riches.